Hello and welcome back to my channel. Please excuse the glare on my glasses. I normally have contacts in, but we don't today. I also don't really know what the end result of this video is going to look like, because in this video I'm going to show you everything I crocheted this week, except I didn't crochet a lot this week. I did some market prep related stuff, and I've got like some footage of that I'm going to put in here somewhere. I just don't know like where yet. So yeah, I anticipated not having a lot to show you, and thus needing to like have other footage to put in this video. I just don't know how I'm gonna put it all together yet, because I don't work with a lot of like b-roll, you know. It's a lot of just me sitting talking, but I'm trying to like branch out, so I've been trying to film like a little extra and like plug in clips here and there when I edit. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you everything I made this week, not in order, because I started with something cool and finished with something cool, and then there was some basic stuff between. So I'm going to start with the basic stuff and then show you like the cool stuff. So I made 3 otters. These were more basic things. I literally went through my Square app and seen what I'm sold out of right now, and I'm sold out of otters, so I made 3 of those. And I'm sold out of axolotls, so I made 3 of those. These are, I don't remember the pattern designer, but it'll be linked on a Google Doc, and by the time you watch this video I should have actually like updated that Google Doc. I have like all the patterns pulled and like the URLs like copy and pasted, but it's on a Word document, which is no help to you guys. So I just need to get a second to like copy and paste it over to my like Google Doc with everything. So I am gonna do that, and I'm sorry I haven't done that yet. That is my bad. I will take that. The next cool thing, this is one of All From Jade's new patterns. It's a weighted stuffed animal. I misread the pattern instructions to where you're supposed to use a smaller hook for the head than you do for the body. So his head's like a little large for what it's supposed to be, but I used an 8mm hook, and this is parfait chunky, held double. So next time I make one of these patterns, I'll use like a 7mm for the head and then an 8mm for the body. But he is stuffed with about, I think it came out to like 11 ounces of like weighted plastic pellet things, the poly pellets, whatever they're called. So altogether he weighs just about a pound, including the little fruit on his head. Yeah. Oh, and then mine's not magnetized. She gave instructions for like making this magnetic so you could take the fruit off. I just sewed it to his head because this is where we are. And it's a capybara, if we did not know. But yeah, he's cool. All From Jade, never misses. I like it. And he's fun. The next cool thing, I don't know what order the videos go up in, but I showed you I had started this in one video. Hello. We have paused the video here so I could add in some of the aforementioned b-roll that I've got. At this point, I am working on the hot dog. Well, technically I'm working on the bun in this particular part of the video, because I had already had the hot dog body finished. So I'm making the bun here, watching Aspen Ovard's YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with her, she's kind of an OG lifestyle YouTuber. She's been on YouTube like 10 plus years. So yeah, this is like what I do in my free time from time to time. If you don't like her, I don't care. And then you see me switching to watching some crochet YouTube, because I was doing research for my bestsellers video. So if you're looking for what to make for markets for 2025 specifically, I had gone through and watched a bunch of different YouTube channels to figure out what's selling and put together a video for that. And you can find that linked in the corner and down below. And yeah, so now I'm just sewing on the condiments on this hot dog, and it is about done. It's not the most market friendly pattern. It took me a couple hours to make, so it's going to be $70, but it is cute. And now we will be getting back into everything I crocheted this week, now that you've seen this little b-roll. But he's now done. This is, I just wrote jumbo hot dog. Elite crochet maybe? I should probably not guess because I don't know. But it's not a very market friendly make. He's going to be $70 because he took a while to make, and there's like a fair bit of sewing. Not everything is sewn on. The head is like one piece, but then you sew the ears to the head. And then the body with the legs is like no sew. You're supposed to sew on the tail, like as in you like make the legs first, and then as you crochet like the tube body, you crochet on the legs. The tail is also supposed to be sewn on, but I just like didn't want to do that, because why would I do that? So when I was crocheting it, I pre-made the tail too, and then, you know, sewed it on, or crocheted on where it was supposed to be sewed on, and just like lined it up, you know, with the back legs. because I believe it's like one round behind, or it might even be in the same round. But either way, you know, just kind of eyeball it, and there he is. The bun itself is no-so. You kind of make like this, and then you make this, and then you kind of crochet them together, but you do have to sew the bun on the body. And I feel like I don't like the placement of my bun. I feel like I wish I would have done it like just a smidge further back so the legs aren't like floppy. See how those are? And like I definitely had space to work with, because there's like, you know, an inch of leg in there. So if I ever make this again, I do think I want to slide the bun back a little bit, but like he's still not bad. And the ketchup and mustard, that's basically like a chain, and then you sew it on. So yeah, it was pretty time intensive, and he is pretty expensive, but like he's real cool. And like, how many people are going to be able to say they have like a hot dog wiener dog? Not many, I'm sure. So, and then this last guy I made just now, a little more market friendly, but also an expensive item because of the accessories. So this is pushing 50, it's 48. All in all, it took me about 2 hours to make everything and like assemble him. But he's real fracking cool if you ask me. And like in the future, if I do him for markets, I probably won't go as heavy on like the face details just to save time. But like he's got his little worm buddy, and like that's super fun. And his hat comes off with a little leaf, and he's got his cloak on the back. I did have to remake this bag because I just kind of followed how the pattern was and didn't listen to the part where it said like, you know, test it on the plushie before you like finish it kind of deal. So I made the bag a little too big to like fit around. So I did remake the bag, but I mean, something this big take 2 minutes to remake. But I did alter it a little bit because I made the bag like just a smidge deeper. Like I said, I remade it a second time, but it tells you in the pattern to like make it as big as you need it to be made. So like that was in there, but the original hat didn't have this like rim on it, and I added that. This initial stem actually was pretty huge and following the pattern, and I didn't like how it looked, so I kind of like looped it down, crocheted it in. And I do believe that's about the only things I modified. So yeah, I think so. I'm looking at him. Yeah, just the bag's a little bit different and the hat's a little bit different, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's pretty awesome. I'm a fan. $48 because he was time consuming, but his little leaf outfit's pretty sick and I quite like him. And then I did not make these plushies this week. I don't remember in what video I showed you all the plushies I made for this, but if it's up, I'll link it. It'll probably be up because I've been kind of posting in order. But I used Hero Crochet's fluff ball patterns to make mystery bags, and these are my mystery bags. We are pausing again to add another B-roll clip. Here is me assembling the mystery bags. We go over in like the actual video where I got the bags and like how I made the sticker, but you could basically see I get a bag, I put a sticker on it. Well, you can watch me try to struggle to peel the sticker. Then I put this sticker on, and then I put the product in the bag. And then I put the little card in the bag that goes with the plushie, and I'll explain the cards in the like next part of the video also. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys like the assembly process here. It was a little bit time consuming to like stuff them all, but if you remember when I went over pricing, and I don't remember if I do it later in the video also, but the animals themselves cost me on average about $16.50 to make, including my like hourly wage and the materials. And I'm actually selling these mystery bags for $20. So there's a little bit of a markup. The markup covers things like needing to buy the bags and the sticker paper, and then just the time it took to design everything and like assemble it. Obviously, I can, you know, reuse the sticker design and like print more, and reuse the card design and print more and everything. So like that kind of part was one time, but I'll still have to like assemble the bags every time. I have 3 right here. I made 20 in total. All 20 are different animals, but I wanted to show you 3 of them, and I wanted to show you what I put in them. So I got these bags off of Amazon, which I guess I'll add to my master Google Doc of like everything I like have bought for my business. And then on just like sticker printer paper, I printed out this little sticker. I wrote that it says mystery animal. I designed it in Canva, and you can open the bag up. This size is 7 by 10, the bag, in case you want it, but that's with me using Bernat blanket yarn and an 8mm hook. So if you're using Parfait Chunky and like whatever hook size people use with that one stranded, you'll need smaller bags. So this apparently is the pufferfish one. So here's a little pufferfish. And then I made these little like coloring cards in Canva, and then I just cut them out. Same with the stickers in Canva, and I just cut them out. But I named all 20 of the animals. I don't know if I'm allowed to like name somebody else's like pattern character, but I did. So I just named this guy Perry the pufferfish, and I have a little pufferfish, and then I wrote a little fact about pufferfish. It says pufferfish can puff up 2 to 3 times their body size, and this is cardstock. So yeah, the kid can like know the name of the character and color him in if they wanted to. So I just wanted to show you a couple of them. So that's the pufferfish. Let me put him back in the bag. And I just like pufferfish at the bottom, card on top. And that is nice because it uses up the extra space, because bag sizes were a little weird. This was my 3rd order of bags to figure out the right size bag I needed. And like I didn't really like that there was extra space, and I wanted to make these like, you know, extra fun and not just like one plushie, because I'm used to doing mystery bags with like 3 or more items. Okay. This is the Triceratops. He's cool, she's cool, I guess. This one's a girl. Tia the Triceratops. I made 10 of the animals girls and 10 of the animals boys, and they're like at random. And then I made all the names alliterative because I don't know. But the fact on this is says Triceratops were herbivores. They use their bird-like beak to grasp and rip plants for eating. Back in the bag the Triceratops goes, and I'll show you one more just so you guys get the gist. And this was a lot of work to get started, but now that the like design is done for this, I just have to print and cut more of these for like any more bags I make. They're like already designed, so I don't have to like spend the time redesigning. I could just print off more and cut more. Ooh, and I lied, and this is a good example. So this card is Curtis the cow. So when I said all of them were at random boys and girls, I lied, because this guy clearly has no udders, so it's clearly a male cow. And yes, I did put thought into if this plushie would be a boy or a girl, and so I found a picture of a cow with no udders and then gave him a male name. Yeah. And it says cows have incredible peripheral vision and can see almost 360 degrees around. Which was interesting, I did not know. So basically, just like only right behind them is a blind spot, which means while they're like looking at the ground, like eating food, they could also see like in front of them if like a predator's approaching. So, you know, fun facts. The more you know. And then this is my mystery bag sign, which I designed. It's on cardstock too. And I've got a bunch of sign holders because I used to use tables, and I think I'm gonna add a table to my setup now for all this stuff.
You sure do, buddy.
What do you want, Beach? Yeah, I can cut you out. What are you checking?
A few minutes later.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to having a table, maybe. I don't know. I still have to kind of trial set up everything. But I'm not done prepping, and it is only May 24th right now, and my next market isn't until June 14th. So I still have quite a bit of time to continue market prepping. So I'm not gonna try to figure out a setup quite yet, because like, you know, I assume by then I'll at least have like 20 more plushies. But yeah, so I use the same, because people are not always like the brightest bulbs in the tanning bed, you feel me? So I wanted it to be like clear what the sign went to, so I used a picture of the label, because just like intuitively I think people will see that and know it goes with that. And then it's $20, so we don't have to like do that awkward thing of people asking how much it is. And then it says each mystery bag comes with 1 mystery animal plushie and 1 character coloring card. And I also don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but considering I use basically like the same colors as the pattern designer Haru Crochets, I did like steal their picture. I wanted to pause real quick and clarify that I'll be telling customers that is the pattern designer's picture. What I made is similar, but it's not exactly that. So yeah, everyone can see what the 20 animals are, and they can see like what the character cards look like. And I literally just, you know, saved that graphic and like made a new document thing in Canva, and then like dropped all this stuff in basically. And then it says collect all 20 mystery animals. So yeah, that's the gist. Will this be backwards for you guys? No? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Well, that is going to be all for this video. I don't know what my next video is going to be, but I will see you guys there, and goodbye.